Paydirt TV. I'm Michael Washbourne and today's guest is Siobhan Lancaster, Managing Director of 92 Energy Ltd. Siobhan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Michael, for having me.
Siobhan, the company's recently put out some exciting drill results from the winter drilling program in the Athabasca. Why are these so important for the company?
Look, it's we have a new discovery, the GMZ discovery, which we discovered last year in September 2021. That returned 5.5 metres of 0.12% uranium. And this follow-up drill program that we've just put out some recent results on really was to follow up on that initial drill hole to see really what was going on there. So 11 out of those 12 drill holes have returned radioactivity, which is a fantastic strike rate for any drill program. And of those, the last 4 drill holes, which we have, probably the best drill holes as well, we have assay results on them. And they include some high-grade snippets in them, so over 1% uranium, which just for context is sort of more than 10 times the average grade of global uranium projects that are mined. But what's got us really excited is that the intervals are getting thicker, the grade is getting better as we move in a certain direction. So GEM 2022, that had 17 metres of 0.38% uranium, which is 3,800 ppm, just for context. And that included 1 metre of 1.06% uranium. So these are pretty nice looking grades on their own. And you know, we're really excited to get back out there and start drilling again going forward.
Siobhan, you've previously mentioned that it's quite fortunate for a company to have a discovery so early in its life cycle. Why has 92 Energy been so successful in this area?
Well, that's a good question. I think the answer is we're very technically minded in everything that we do. We have a very systematic approach to exploration, and you can see that since even the way we selected our projects using a prospectivity study, which was a very technically driven prospectivity study. So we selected those projects using that, and then you know, we've just been very systematic. So when we got that first drill hole at GEM 004, you know, we've been just following up on that very systematically to sort of ensure and trace up that mineralisation going forward.
And what are the next steps to prove up this discovery as being potentially globally significant?
Yeah, so good question. We're pretty excited about this follow-up drill program, which is starting in the next couple of weeks. We'll be basically tracing the mineralisation up dip. So we've got a fair bit of distance to go up dip, and we're hoping that mineralisation comes out at surface, which would be fantastic. Obviously, that's very amenable to potentially an open pit type mine. And we're also hoping that the grade potentially either stays the same or starts to improve as we move in the up-dip direction. It's quite common in these Athabasca Basin deposits that they have these very high-grade cores within them, and where, of course, that would be an extra bonus if we were to be able to find one of those high-grade cores within it and make this project really quite significant if we, you know, have that success going forward.
92 Energy's success with the drill bit is also nicely correlated with an improving uranium price. How important has it been to have sentiment returning to the yellowcake sector?
Look, I think sentiment is extremely important. Obviously, of its own volition, so just the fundamentals of 92E are fantastic, but to have that extra boost with people looking at uranium and uranium really being a viable source for baseload decarbonisation that governments are really looking into going forward, I think it's a fantastic place to be.
Siobhan, what do you think have been the catalysts for this improving uranium price, which for a long time there seemed to never feel like it was going to move off the bottom?
Well, certainly supply has a big impact on where the uranium price is moving. The entry of SPUT into the market has had a significant impact on the spot price. And SPUT has basically been going around purchasing uranium through its fund, the Physical Uranium Fund. So they now have approximately 55 million pounds of uranium stacked. And that includes purchasing 15 million pounds of uranium this year alone. So that has had an impact, but also just the fundamentals are starting to have an impact now. So long-term contract cycle is resuming again, and this is having an impact on price. Obviously, you need a certain price for a lot of companies to get into production and to make production worthwhile for them. So we're starting to see those incentive prices in the market now.
Excellent. Siobhan, congratulations as well to 92 Energy. Recently celebrated 1 year as a listed company. If we look back on this time last year, it was a bit of a bold move, some said, to be joining the ASX because there hadn't been a new uranium explorer for quite some time. Looking back, obviously the proof is in the pudding.
Look, I think we had a view on the uranium market then, and we still have that view. We have a view that there's going to be a long-term sustained increase in the uranium price, and that view, is something that we still hold true today. But we also believed that we were picking up projects in a world-class area. We backed our exploration team and our exploration strategy, and so far the proof is in the pudding. So we're hoping that we continue with that success going forward.
And also at the time of your listing, the Athabasca wasn't really known all that well to Australian investors, and now we've seen a couple of other companies move into the region looking for uranium as well. How important is it going to be that 92 Energy was a first mover in the Athabasca?
Look, I think the importance of being the first mover is obviously we've managed to get a very good team around us. We're all uranium experts, and that's very important. Kanan, who's driving our exploration program as VP of Exploration, he's ex-Fission. He discovered the R deposit. So having people like that on our team is very important. I think that has assisted us because we were one of the first movers in this new uranium cycle that we're about to see.
1 year down, about to enter the second. How do you avoid the so-called second year blues?
Look, I think we just have the proof is in the pudding with the drill results. We've just got to keep getting out there and keep proving up the GMZ as a bona fide discovery, which I really have good faith and that this is going to be the case going forward.
Well, we look forward to seeing the results come out from the summer drilling program, which is about to get underway. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thanks, Michael.